Let's face it, if you've never been on a cruise ship, you may think you know what you're getting into, but you don't actually know what you're getting to until you get on the ship. One of those things is what's included, what's not included, how do I know, is everything not free? Those are some serious questions for new cruisers. We're going to break it down in the tip video today. Hey, what's up everybody? Tony with Lido, Loca. Welcome to the cruise channel. If you like the cruise tips, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel with the notification bell on, and that way you won't miss out on any of the cruise tips. All right, and before I get into this whole conversation of what is included on your cruise fare, I got a bone to pick. Can I go ranty for just a second? So many times in these conversations, I'll be saying something like, oh yeah, that's free, or that's included. And somebody will be like, well, you know it's not free, you paid your cruise fare. Look, can we just drop it? You know what we're talking about. The person out there that has trouble with free versus included, they're used synonymously. Free means you don't have to pay anything extra for it. Yes, you've already paid, but just for your own sanity and the sanity of others. If somebody says free, they mean included. If somebody means included, they mean it doesn't cost anything other than what you paid. Guess what? We know that everybody paid to get on the cruise ship. Some things are going to cost more money once you're on the cruise ship. Some things aren't. Can't we just say that the things that don't cost money are free once you're on the cruise ship? This is my impassioned plea. Okay, it doesn't really matter, but now that that's out of the way, let's get into the video. So what is included on a cruise ship? When I first went cruising, my thought was that everything was included. I thought it was just this euphoric wonderland of flowing chocolate and Oompa Loompas. Okay, that might be Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, but I thought when I got on the cruise ship that I would just be able to get everything willy-nilly and it wouldn't be a big deal. That's not true. So let me tell you a few things that are included with your cruise fare. So when you go online and you book your cruise fare, traditionally you're going to pay your base fare, you're going to pay taxes on that base fare, you're going to pay this thing called port fees. What's usually included after you pay those three things are this: your cabin. So your cabin is included, that's what you paid for, your spot on the cruise ship. You've also paid for your ability to get on and off the cruise ship at port. That's what the port fees are for. And then taxes are just taxes. Thank you, whoever invented taxes. Ugh. So you may be asking, all right, what about my food and drink? Well, first of all, not all food is included on your cruise. Some food is included on your cruise. I thought I was going to get on there, and again, every bit of food would be included. Some food is included on the cruise. It varies by cruise line. But a good rule of thumb is that there's going to be some included food. There's going to be a buffet that's included for the most part. There's going to be a main dining room experience that's included. And then there's going to be probably one or two restaurants that are included in your cruise fare, usually a pizza spot or a sandwich spot, or it could be a hot dog joint or a burger joint. It all depends which cruise line you're going on. But is food included on your cruise? Some food. What about beverages? I paid my cruise fare, I paid my port fees, I paid my taxes. Are beverages included? Well, again, the answer is some beverages are included. And the sad thing is most of the time it's not the best beverages. On most cruise lines, that's going to include water, which is most of the time straight out of the tap. Who knows if it's filtered or not, but it's not bottled water. Some sort of juice in the morning on the buffets and in the main dining room. Some sort of brewed coffee. And iced tea throughout the day. There might be other cruise lines that have additional included beverages, but those are the big four that you're going to get: water, some form of juice, some form of coffee, some form of iced tea. There are some cruise lines that include alcohol, but they're few and far between. Usually they're a little more expensive, but you do get to have alcohol. And of course, one of the big things that cruise lines like to sell you is the drink package. So I would say most of the traditional cruise lines, the Royals, the Carnivals, those kind of places are going to try to sell you an alcohol beverage package. They're going to try to sell you a soda package. Some places have a specialty coffee package. So realize what's included with your cruise are just really some basic beverages: water, tea, some juice, and coffee. Now, when it comes to onboard entertainment, I'm going to say that on most cruise lines, most entertainment is free. That means you can go to a nightly show, you can go to a comedy show, you can go to any show that they're having, and very rarely is there going to be a charge for that. The couple exceptions to that, I do remember when I was on the Oasis of the Seas on Royal Caribbean, they had some events like teach you how to roll sushi, teach you how to make guacamole, maybe an exercise class. Those might be classified as entertainment, but those kind of things did have a charge. Another exception I can think of when it comes to entertainment is maybe kind of these attraction type activities. Specifically, I can think on some of the Carnival Cruise Line ships, there's an IMAX theater. They charge you additionally to go to the IMAX theater. When I was on the MSCC side, they had bowling, they had an F1 simulator, they had a 5D theater. All of those things were an additional charge. So what I want to say as far as entertainment goes, each cruise line is going to give you a daily schedule of events, and they do a really good job of marking what's included and what is for pay or additional fee. Just make sure that you check that closely before you sign up for anything. Also included in your fee is the ability to get on and off at a cruise port. That's what your port fees are for. The only exception I can think of that is when I cruised to Cuba on the Carnival Paradise. There was an additional requirement to get into the country of Cuba. They needed a special visa for me to enter. That was not included in my port fees. That was an additional fee that I had to pay, and I had to pay that on the cruise ship, and that was like $80. So whenever you're booking your cruise, when you're thinking of the ports that you're going to, one question that you might want to check is, in addition to the port fees, are there any additional fees like a visa that you have to pay? But for the most part, going to port, coming back from port, that's going to be included in what you pay initially on the cruise with your port fees. So those are the things that are basically included with your cruise. Here's a bonus one that I don't hear talked about a lot. The gym on the cruise ship. A lot of times you think about the spa as being a whole place where everything is additional. If you want to use any of the services, you have to pay an additional fee. That is mostly true, except for the gym facilities, the workout room. On most cruise ships, you are able to access the locker room, access the workout facilities, the treadmills, those kind of things included in your cruise fare. And even some of those locker rooms will have like a sauna, those kind of things. So you might get some extra amenities there. In most cases, you do have to pay extra to use the spa, but also you've got that gym there that you can use that's included in your cruise fare. So those are the major things that are included in your cruise price. I will just give you the quick rundown of things that aren't included. Specialty dining, most alcohol, bottled water, soda, pictures the ship photographers take of you, spa services, things that you buy in the gift shop, alcohol by the bottle, cigarettes by the carton. I didn't mention it in food, but some of the room service is included, but for the most part now there's going to be a service fee with room service, definitely not 24 hours. And so expect if you want to use room service, you might have to pay a little bit. Gratuities are not included. The cruise line assigns a daily gratuity. It's up to you whether you pay that or not. It's not included in your cruise fare. You can go ahead and include it in the beginning and pay it along with your cruise fare, but it's not one of those things that's included. Shore excursions, also a big expense that's not included. You can get on and off at the port, but if you want to do anything that's organized, you either have to pay the cruise ship to put you on a tour, or you have to make arrangements in the port with a third party, not included in your cruise fare. Laundry, dry cleaning, if you're going to do any of those things, you're going to have to pay additional for that. And let's not forget the casino and the arcade. Both of those are things that are going to cost you extra, so you got to have some sort of plan when it comes to that. Definitely not included in your cruise fare. All those things are things that are going to cost you additionally when you get on the ship. All right, well, those are the things that are included, and some of the things that are not. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Is there anything that we missed off the list? Add your comment below. This is day 23 of our cruise count up. We're doing this series, one cruise tip a day, and we're inviting you to leave your cruise tip for a drawing that's going to happen after day 31 for a prize pack that we're getting on the Carnival Breeze. If your comment gets pinned to the top of the comments, you're going to be in the drawing, so please participate. Thanks so much for stopping by to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our social media. If you found the cruise tip helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. This is Tony for Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.